In the previous session, we saw about the different types of binary fission. Now we will go into the details of the different binary fission. The first binary fission is simple irregular binary fission. What is this simple irregular binary fission? Here in amoeba that has an irregular shaped body where the plane of division is hard to observe. In such kind of organisms, there is no plane of division. Here in amoeba, the contractile vacuole stops to function and disappear. The nucleoli disintegrates and the nucleus divides mitotically. The cell then constricts in the middle, so the cytoplasm divides and forms two daughter cells. The next one is the transverse binary fission. In transverse binary fission, the plane of division is transverse. The plane of division runs along the transverse axis of the individual. In paramecium, the macronucleus divides by amitosis and the micronucleus divides by mitosis. The cytoplasm constricts, resulting in two daughter cells. The next one is the longitudinal binary fission. In this type of binary fission, the plane of division is a longitudinal. Example, Euglena. Euglena is a flagellate. Here, the flagellum is retained usually by one daughter cell. The basal granule is divided into two and the new basal granule forms a flagellum in the other daughter individual. Example, Vorticella and Euglena. The next one is oblique binary fission. In oblique binary fission, the plane of division is oblique. Example, Serratium and Dinoflagellate. Now let us pass on to the next kind of fission called as multiple fission. In multiple fission, parent body divides into many daughter cells simultaneously. First, the nucleus undergoes repeated division, forming many nuclei. Later, the cytoplasm divides and surrounds each nuclei, forming new daughter cells. Multiple fission can be seen in Plasmodium. In Plasmodium, multiple fission occurs in scisont and oocyte stages. If the multiple fission is seen in scisont stage, it is called as schizogony. The individuals produced are called as merozoids. Same way, if the multiple fission occurs in the oocyte stage, it will be called as sporogony, and the individuals formed will be called as sporozoites. In this picture, you can see multiple fission in Plasmodium at schizont stage, where the daughter nuclei are formed and they are surrounded by a bit of cytoplasm. When the scisont ruptures, it releases small individuals called as merozoites. Let us go into the multiple fission in amoeba. In amoeba, multiple fission occurs during adverse condition. What is adverse condition? Adverse condition is nothing but the unfavorable condition, where the amoeba withdraws the pseudopodia and forms a three-layered cyst wall. The formation of the cyst wall is called encystment. When the conditions are favorable, the nucleus of the cyst undergoes multiple fission, producing pseudopodiospores or amoebulae. After maturity, the cyst wall breaks and liberates the pseudopodiospores, each with pseudopodia. In this picture we can see a cyst enclosing number of daughter nuclei. Each daughter nuclei forms the pseudopodiospores. When the cyst wall ruptures, the young amoebae are released. The next type of fission is strobulation in metazoans. Strobulation is a kind of transverse fission. In this process, several transverse fission occurs simultaneously, giving rise to a number of individuals which do not separate immediately from each other. Example, Aurelia. Plasmotomy is a type of fission seen in multinucleate organisms. In plasmotomy, the multinucleate parent body along with its nuclei divides into two or more daughter individuals. Each new individual has many nuclei but not equal to the number of parent organisms. After fission, the nuclei of the daughter cell undergoes division to equalize the normal number. Example, Ophalina pleomyx. Here we can see the strobulation in Aurelia. We can see the adult strobila where the transverse fission has taken place and the Aurelia has not separated out. Next we pass on to sporulation in amoeba. It is a type of multiple fission in amoeba without cyst formation. During adverse conditions, the nucleus of amoeba divides into many small fragments or chromatin blocks. Then the fragment gets surrounded by nuclear membrane and then by cytoplasm and then forms a spore case. All these spores will remain inside the parent body when the conditions become favorable. The parent body disintegrates and the liberated spore hatch into a young amoeba. Sporulation in amoeba is shown in this diagram. Here we can see the nucleus disintegrating, forming the chromatin blocks. When the nuclear membrane completely disintegrates, the nucleoli are getting surrounded by a spore case. When the body of the amoeba ruptures, the young amoeba is released out. Finally, the spore case also disintegrates. We will now continue in the next session.